Franchitti and Canal area, and you'd see Franchitti afterward, and he'd say, I don't know how that Dan does it. He was winning races, and they weren't winning, and he was winning all the races and having all the fun.
Yeah.
And then I got to know him a little bit, and then when we signed him to come over to our team, I figured out why he won all those races. I mean, he just had an infectious, way about himself. He knew he could smell the front, and when he got a sniff of the front, that was it. I mean, he won his first race out for us at the 24 Hours of Daytona he won, and then he went to Homestead and won, and it was like, geez, and you understood what the guy had and what he had, that special thing, and I think about, if you talk to anybody on our team, talk to Scott Dixon, he'll tell you what Dan brought to our team when he came, and he brought so much, and I think he taught Dixie how to win, you know what I mean, and he made him a better race driver, and then I remember when the car that he stepped out of, this guy to the left of me stepped into, and what can you say? We're all going to miss him a little bit of everybody in IndyCar racing dying today.
I do know we have a moment for just a couple of quick questions if anyone has anything. Okay.
Dario, I hate to bring up the fourth championship. One in this manner, it's still a championship. You were around as much as any of the other three. Any thoughts on that at all?
No, not really. I was driving around there on the parade lap we did with it. And first of all, I got to say thank you to all the fans for showing so much respect for Dan, and also to all the people from the teams. I thought that was a very nice thing. And I was thinking about Dan actually. I was thinking about old Dan's stories, just things that we did, and I just laugh. And in situations like this, I think, as well as obviously the sadness, I was thinking of some of the fun times we had, but all I really right now is it's just sad. It's just really, really sad. And it's the ugly side of our sport. And anybody that you see all.
Dario, not to put you on the spot, can you give us one of your happiest Dan stories? Can you give us one?
There's a few. There's definitely a few. It was one of the first times one of the two times we fell out. The first time, Tony, Brian, and I ganged up on Dan, brought him to the hotel room and gave him a bit of a talking to. His eyes were about this big. So that was, we thought it was quite fun. Dan didn't seem to think it was quite so funny. But, and then the other one that really sticks in my mind was, I think Dan had a lot of Irish, his dad, Clive's side of the family are Irish, and I think he was a lot of Scottish, because especially when he was driving for us at Retty Green, he was like, oh, he could never buy dinner or drinks or something, and he was always like, oh, maybe you guys should have. So we always bought him dinner. He was kind of like, we used to joke, he was a little brother we didn't want. And then he signed for Chip, and we're all in New York, and he goes, hey, Tony, you're in New York? Yeah, let's go for dinner. I'm buying. And we all kind of, what? And so we ended up going to this restaurant I knew that was going to give his credit card a beating. And proceeded to order lots of expensive things. The whole thing. And the bill was about $5,000. I'll never forget his face. That was the best. But he, in fairness to that, he didn't even flinch. He got the card out and paid. And he said to us, that's for everything you guys have done for me.
This is for Dario or Chip. going forward, is there anything that can or should be done, you know, in future races at this time?
There'll be plenty of time in the off-season to talk about that, now's not the time. I just don't think now's the time.
I agree. We'll discuss next time, we will sort it out. Now's not the time.
Well, Dario and Chip, we really appreciate you taking